Morning guys, hey, it's Len from Mercury Man Garage and Outdoors. We're heading out to the woodshed today. We're going to do a little more on that. The heat is gone for now. Humidity as well, so that's nice. Got some better working conditions out here and it's a little more comfortable. So it's a beautiful morning, no clouds in the sky, beautiful day. So we're going to do a little more work, like I said, on the woodshed. We're going to do some strapping, going to finish up the siding. And I have a new way of getting power out to the woodshed, so stay tuned. Another thing before we get out to the wood yard is I have some tree service wood coming today, and he just arrived, so I'm going to show you some footage of that. Stay tuned. First glance, this stuff is really nice and it's free, so you can't beat that.
They're white. They're going for like $400, but you can get like a $1,200 Husky saw in that model, and it's the same saw, just different paint.
Yeah.
But you can run like I think they said like a 46-inch bar on it.
Oh man.
You can go crazy.
That's something I need to look into. Yeah, I got a lot of wood here, guys. This is gonna be real nice. It's straight looking wood. Some of it's really small, which is fine. This is gonna be good. Okay. Tree service, not too shabby. And like I said, it's free. There she goes. We'll take a closer look at this in a little bit. Stay tuned. And there he goes. And I have myself a free load of tree service wood. Nice size stuff. Some little stuff in there that I might just keep for myself. But can you guys tell from this if this is white oak or red oak or black oak? No leaves on here to determine what's what, but man, I sure could use some white oak. I'm hoping that some of this is white oak in here. He didn't really know for sure. He thought maybe there was some white oak. Oh, here's some leaves right here. What do you think? Can you guys tell by the leaves here what this is? It's definitely oak. Just not sure if it's white oak or red oak or what. But I am really happy with this load. Free. Can't beat free. Alright guys, like I said, there's been kind of a change in plans with my power usage out here and the fasteners I'll be using. I ran out of screws again. So like I said in an earlier video, I've seriously misjudged the amount of screws I'm using. So I have a lot of nails left from a previous project and I have all this strapping left to put on. So we're switching gears. And this is what we're gonna do. And I've already done a few and it works out great. I got my generator out here and my Gorilla cart with my air nailer, my Bostitch air nailer and framing gun. And probably should have done this right from the get-go. Only thing is it's loud and not that big a deal out in the country here, but it's still kind of early in the morning. I don't want to wake up the neighbors. But then again, everybody should be up right now. It's beautiful out. So we're gonna get going on that. So let me show you what I got. Okay, one other thing before we get going on the strapping. I want to show you the finished product of the siding and how I did it. And I had to do a little tweaking along the way to get it all all the boards that I needed on there. I thought I was going to have to get more, but as I went along, I'll show you what I did. I just started widening my gaps a little bit more. As you can see, when I started out, the gaps are pretty small. You know, they're not real wide, and I don't think this wood's gonna shrink that much more, so that's not gonna be a big deal. But as I went along, as you can see, my gaps started to increase just a little bit, bigger and bigger as I go. And I didn't film a lot of this. I just did some time lapse to show you, how I was doing it, and just to show you the method. But as you can see, my gaps here are getting a little bigger. And as I went along, I realized I was still going to be a little short, so I was going to have to use some of the cutoffs. And that's what I did right here. There's a post right here, so I was able to tie the cutoffs into the post so it's nice and solid. And the gaps are getting wider, which is fine, not too concerned about that. And got to the end here, the last board, and this was my last board, full length. So I ended up using cutoffs here on the end. Once again, there's a post right here. Was able to tie it in real nice. Ran a screw in from the corner here into the siding there to tie it in real good. And if these don't hold up, I can get a couple more boards and replace those. That's what's nice about using screws, is you can take the screws out and replace boards as needed. But I think this is going to work out good. I just wanted to get up here quick a second to show you guys what I'm doing with my strapping, and kind of a shortcut to get my spacing correct. What I'm doing is I got that clamp down there, my DeWalt. I don't know what they're called. I call it my third hand, but I got that down there on the end, holding that 2x4 in place, 2 feet on center from the others. These are not 2 feet on center. Just because of the math for the roof, these were a little off. But from now on, they'll be 2 feet on center. Like I said, I got the clamp there holding that in place, and then I just cut a length of 2x4 here that I needed to be equal to the distance between it there and here, and then just lock that in place like that. And now I can screw it down, and I should have good equal spacing between my next row. So let's get going. All right, guys, well, we're taking a little break here. I was trying to do a time lapse of putting that strapping up, and my little camera fell off. So we're gonna forego that. I think you guys get the idea what I'm trying to do here. Putting this strapping on, 2 foot on center, and it's definitely getting warm out here again, but not as bad as it was last week. So I think we can get it done today. And as I'm working my way down here, I noticed something a little concerning with my rafters. Right there. Didn't notice that when I was putting it up. It doesn't go all the way through, but obviously that's a weak point right there, and I'm not exactly sure what to do. Just tack some 2x6s on each side, or should I go with steel, like a steel plate of some sort? What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments what you do. I'm thinking steel. I think that would look better. Not that I'm real concerned about how it looks. I just want to strengthen it up. So let me know in the comments, guys, what you would do. All right, guys, we got the strapping on, and let me tell you, they are straight as an arrow. No, they are not. I don't know what happened down there, but it's a woodshed, and I'm not going to be too concerned about it. We're going to cover it with steel. You'll never notice it, and that'll be that. So what I think I'm going to do now is I'm going to frame in another wall in that section right there. Got plenty of 2x4s left over, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do that as long as I have the generator out here. And let me tell you, that worked really nice. Other than the noise, that air nailer, that worked really nice. It went really quick, and wish I had been doing that from the get-go, but the screws will be fine. That worked good too. Just took a little bit longer. But framing in this wall, I'm definitely going to go with the air nailer and generator. So let's get going on that. If only I could work that fast all the time. I'd have a lot more done. But there, we got the second wall in. Both wood bunkers, I'm going to call them, are done. And I can start putting wood in here. And I had a little method to my madness with putting these studs in. It's not really anything special. I just wanted to have each stud kind of centered up on each 16-inch piece of wood, and I think that turned out good. So I had a little bit of a difference in gap right here to start out with, but after that they're 16 on center, and they're going to hold the wood up really good, I think. Same thing on the other side, the other wall I just did. I just kind of mimicked what I did on this other wall, and I think it's going to turn out fine. But as you can see, I started layering in my mulberry, and I can go 6 rows, and like I said, they're 16 inches in length, so I should be able to get a lot of wood in here, and it fits just perfect. That's if they're 16 inches, and most of mine are. A lot of them aren't, but that's no big deal. It's just going to stick out the front a little bit more. Not a big deal. But that's that. Got the wall in. Now all I need to do to finish it up, well, there's a lot of things really, but next I want to get the steel for the roof. And that stuff's not cheap. It's pretty pricey, so I got to sell some wood to get that. And I don't know if I mentioned it, but everything I'm spending on this woodshed is my profits from my bundle business. Not everything, but I'd say 98% of this build is my profits from my bundle wood. So that just goes to show you that you can make some money selling bundles. And I'm not skimping on this. As you guys know, I'm doing it right. I hope I am anyway. I'm making it nice to last a long time, and I just don't want to skimp on anything. Next thing, other than the steel roof, I think I'm going to start staining it. I'm going to use that Ready Seal. I'm not sure what color I want to use yet, but I'm going to go with that Ready Seal, and we'll probably just brush it on. Well, I think I'm going to wrap this one up, guys. Real happy with today's progress and the progress overall with this woodshed. It's coming along nicely, and using that generator today was a big help. That way I don't have to worry about buying more screws. I can just use my extra nails that I have, and that worked out really well. And this also doubles as our whole house generator, so it was good to get it out and get it used. But anyway, that's going to do it, guys. Hopefully you're enjoying this as much as I am. It's been a fun build, and I got a little bit to go yet, so hang with me. All right, guys, please subscribe, please like, leave a comment. You know, if I'm doing anything wrong or doing things right, let me know in the comments. And remember, guys, find your thing. All right, have a good one.